All right, there is never, of course, a dull moment on Survivor. And well, this week's Castaway was never in doubt. It still didn't hurt any less. Have a look.
There's so many Bhanus still out there, still living in poverty. So all the Bhanus out there, listen, there is always hope, and you can move mountains.
Bhanu, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Thanks again.
Love that message, but the Yanu tribe said bye-bye to Bhanu and didn't even have to write down their votes as the result was never in doubt.
Instead, the game's latest castaway was given the opportunity to share his story at Tribal Council. Now Bhanu is here to share it with us on another edition of TMS Torch Talk. Bhanu, we are hearing you talk about your personal story just a moment ago. Can you tell us more about your story growing up in India and what that was like?
Yes, Carolyn, namaste. And to my Canadian family out there, to Canada, namaste. I grew up on the streets in India and in poverty. I grew up in poverty. And it's only 10 years ago I moved to the United States. And I've recently become a citizen of the United States. When I went on this show, I wanted to give that message that all the Bhanus out there, don't give up on your dreams and hope. If I can do it, you guys can do it too. Because I came from nothingness. And when I say that I'm on the show not to win $1 million, but to win million hearts, I meant it, because I didn't grow up with money. I was growing up in poverty. I know how the game is played, but when I envisioned myself being there, I was like, I want to play. I don't want to play like that. I want to play the Bhanu game.
Now, despite being a super fan of the show, as you just told us, what was it like when you were actually there in the game? Was it more difficult than you thought it might be?
As I said, I grew up on the streets. I literally grew up how I was on Survivor. I lived under thatched roofs. Jeff and Carolyn, when it used to rain, it used to pour. It used to pour. There were days when we never used to sleep. But as a group, we always helped each other, because if you're like stealing or conniving or doing that, living on the streets, you're not growing. So that's the attitude I brought to Survivor. Was it tough? Not living in the jungle or not having food, not sleeping for 9 days. None of that. None of that was a challenge. For me, having someone to emotionally rely on, someone who showed empathy, that's what I felt like it was lacking. And that hit me hard, because had someone just put their hands on my shoulder and say hey, we want to work with you, we would have done miracles.
Well, their loss, Bhanu. You may not have won the $1 million, but as you said, you have won over 1 million hearts. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.